I'm Burke MacDonald with Schaumburg Heartbeat. We're over at the Community Recreation Center, and we're going to learn about programs for seniors. We're going to talk about the Club 55 program. That's going to be our main focus. But we're also going to talk about some other programs that are out here in the fitness area that seniors might want to participate in. Some to strengthen your body, some to work with your flexibility and your balance. So let's go into the program, let's go into the CRC and see what's available to us. Okay, we're here with one of the participants in the swimming class, and tell me what got you involved and why do you come here for swimming every day, especially in the cold winter and you have to go outside?
Well, we stay nice and warm inside. When we get outside, it's a whole other story. I've been doing this for 8 years. I had a partial knee replacement done in 2010, and then I just had ankle surgery about 3 years ago. So this is one thing I like to do. It keeps me strong and fit. I've lost 83 pounds so far.
Well, that's good news. So here it is. You want to lose some pounds? Go swimming. Okay, we're with a couple of the water instructors here. We're with Mary and Donna. And Mary, what do you do?
I teach water fitness classes.
And what does that include?
It includes shallow water, deep water, aerobic classes. It is all going to be aerobic movement. It's going to be toning. It's going to be not only aerobic, but it's going to be range of motion for the joints and muscles, all done in the water.
All done in the water. And Donna, what do you see people get out of these classes?
Oh, actually, they get a lot of entertainment. They do. They get a lot of entertainment. They feel that they feel good about themselves afterwards. I feel that you get a lot of energy by working out, and they have a lot of energy after they come from our classes. I feel they get a lot of energy. We have a lot of participants that have lost weight and are still proceeding to lose weight.
We just interviewed a lady, Vicki, and she said she lost 83 pounds.
Yeah, and she's doing excellent. And we have a lot of people that come in for rehab, after rehab, that are doing very well. And actually, after surgeries, any kind of surgery, I think they're progressing very, very nicely and very well, I think, by taking our classes.
Mary, talking about surgeries, and because there are a lot of people and doctors recommend being in the water, is it more in the deep end for that or the shallow end? And are there certain things they're recommending?
It's not necessarily deep or shallow. It's a matter of getting in the water, not putting undue stress on the area that they've had the surgery on, but however, to go ahead and be able to work that area in a very safe manner that is basically cushioned and protected at the same time. So that's why it's so beneficial. Water is actually a natural anti-inflammatory, and this is a scientific fact. And so this is for all those properties.
We only deal with science here at the Schaumburg Park.
Right. And so because of all those properties that allow that natural anti-inflammatory process happening to the body, it allows you to have a larger range of motion. It allows you to work the muscle, the joint, without it overheating like it can on land. So that's why even really, these land buffs, they also like coming into the water and adding that to their routine for a variety, because your muscles will not overheat like they do on land. You won't have the extreme soreness after you've worked out like you can on land.
Okay.
You'll feel the muscles, they have been worked well, but you won't get the soreness as much
Okay,
effort.
well, that sounds it. Now,
Your resistance is really better too. That's a good thing. It's 8-to-1 as opposed to on land.
now, Vicky, when we talked with her, she mentioned that she does a number of different. She does shallow, she does deep, and she does a variety. Do you see most of the clients here that do most of the classes?
It depends on what they're working on. If they're doing the variety, yes, I do see the same people come to the same kind of classes, but there are certain people that don't swim and they're more comfortable in the shallow. So that's where there's a little bit of a difference, I think. You know.
And I notice you don't just swim or tread water. You use barbells. You use other things out there to help with it.
Right, exactly. There's other equipment that you can add resistance to. It's just to kind of make it more fun. You don't have to use equipment because the water is constant resistance all around you at all times. And we know how to learn and teach people how to build that resistance for themselves. However, the equipment does make it fun, and it does add a little bit
variety.
more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, this is a one half of the Club 55 program, the Aqua class, and you have quite a few participants, right?
Oh, absolutely. We start with a lot of participants actually at 6:10 in the morning, and it goes all the way till 11. And so we have many, many different classes for them to participate in Club 55.
Okay. Well, you did a great job of representing what goes on over here. I think it'd be fun. Come out to the Aqua classes, and maybe you'll meet some new friends and also learn a new sport. Hi, we're with the fitness supervisor over at the Recreation Center, Alyssa Danka. Hi. And I'd like to say hi to you.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going great. And I hear that you're in charge of all the fitness over here, but you have a special program just for us seniors for the Heartbeat program, right?
We do. We have a lot of programs actually for our older adult population. We have some programs we'll talk about today are some specialty classes that we have for our older adults, BOSU Stability and Mobility, Ageless Grace, and Zumba Gold. And then we also have our Club 55 classes that we'll talk about as well.
Yeah, and I hear the Club 55 classes are really designed for seniors, and they get a special rate, right?
They do. There's a little bit lower price break for them.
And how do they find out about all of this?
A great resource is to use our seasonal brochure. All the information is printed in there in the senior section. Another way is to check out the website. The website's useful because you'll find our most up-to-date schedule if anything does change after the schedule is printed. And then you can always call one of our facilities or stop in at a front desk and ask questions.
Now, it's my understanding Club 55 is it's pretty unique in that it has an aqua part to it and a land part, or I would call it a fitness part. Could you tell us a little bit about what that includes?
Sure. So our Club 55 classes are great because they offer a wide variety. Like you said, we have aqua classes and we have land classes. So we truly offer everything to all of our members, younger adults as well as older adults.
So if I were just starting out, as you can tell looking at me, and as my wife would tell me, I should probably get myself over here, how would I coming up with an idea of where should I start? Should I start with the fitness group? Should I start with the water group? How do you sort of sort it all out?
Sure. There's a lot to sort. I always recommend taking a look at the schedules, sort of picking what maybe sounds interesting first and foremost, and then secondly, reading the descriptions to get a little bit better idea of what the class entails. Then you can determine if you feel as though you're at the appropriate level for it, or maybe it's too easy or too much, and then you can choose from there. Another resource is to ask an instructor, or you can reach out to myself, and I can always give you a little extra help in terms of what direction to go. And then the next step from there that I always recommend is just trying a class. Dropping in, you can pay a one-time drop-in fee for class, or you can wait for one of our free weeks and take class for free, and then you'll get a really good idea of what class is right for you.
Okay, and it's my understanding that free class, every time a new brochure comes out from the Park District, generally there's a new class that's about quarterly, right?
Generally, it's about quarterly. Historically, we've done our free week the first week of each new session, which tends to run with the brochure, which also runs seasonally. So
Okay, well, that sounds exciting. Now, you mentioned there are some special ones that we want to sort of touch base on. And one is, and that's sort of an entrance level or somebody that's starting to have some problems, is Ageless Grace, right?
yes, we have a great class called Ageless Grace, and we offer it currently on Thursday mornings, but starting in April, we will also have a Tuesday afternoon class, so we will be offering it twice a week. It's a chair-based class, and it's a little bit, it's less intense. It's not really a class that's going to get you your heart pumping very much, but it's going to do great things for your mind and your body, connecting them, coordination, improving all that connectivity.
Okay. Another one of the special ones, and I have trouble with this because I grew up with Bob Bell and Bozo, but I know it isn't Bozo. It's Boozoo or something, right?
Bosu. Bosu is a piece of equipment, and it's known for, it's very versatile, but one of the great things about this piece of equipment is it provides a balance and stability challenge. So we have a class designed around this piece of equipment. It's meant for older adults, and it is all about stability and mobility. So think of someone who maybe doesn't have the greatest stability, they're more likely to fall. This class is really great for counteracting that.
And falling, when you start to get older, it's really important that you keep your sense of balance, and this is another way to sort of support that, right?
Yes, it supports that. It's very helpful for injury prevention, and it's really, really helpful in building that stability over time and maintaining it.
Okay. Now, we got really quiet a little bit earlier this morning when we were doing our background roll, and they were doing Tai Chi, and it was a dark room. And I know you have Tai Chi, and you also have yoga.
We do.
Now, what's the difference between the two of them? I know there's a difference, but they're both a different type of class. It's not what you normally think of as fitness. It's a whole different atmosphere and meditation and everything else is involved, right?
Yes. Tai Chi and yoga fall into the category of mind-body fitness classes. We offer those classes to our older adults as well as on our regular schedules as well. They have some different philosophies behind them, and the key thing is they're definitely easier on the body. There's more of a mind component, and they're a great starting point for almost anyone.
Now, we're obviously focusing in on Club 55 and programs for older adults, but I know this building has just been remodeled. You've added a lot to it, and you don't have to be. I mean, a lot of these classes are also offered as regular classes, and there's a lot of equipment here that people, if on their own, can come over and work out on the equipment, right?
Upstairs in the fitness center?
Right.
Yes. Yep.
On the track, what's really interesting up there, you have one whole wall that you must have gotten a great photographer that went and took a photo of the Schaumburg area, some of the walking paths, and it looks like it's a nice relaxing place if you can be relaxing when you're trying to walk a far way.
Yes, there is. As a part of the renovation, we had some nice artwork placed along the wall, along the walking track. So it's very nice. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Now, we're not here to concentrate on this today, but as I mentioned at the beginning, people may be a little hesitant. And you do have personal trainers that are tied in with the Park District, know all the programs, and they could also give some advice, too.
Yes, the personal trainers are a great resource. We have 7 trainers on staff. The majority of them also teach group fitness classes, so they're very well-versed in everything fitness-related here at the Park District. They are available on the floor. They work floor hours, so if you see one of them, don't hesitate to ask them a question. If you want a little bit more one-on-one time with them, we offer consultations, fitness evaluations, machine orientations, and then a step further is to work with them regularly with training sessions to really kind of hone in on your personal goals.
Now, another thing that I think we ought to be aware of, and when we've been talking to some of the instructors here, people come from different surgeries, and there's a lot of programs here that are adaptable to that. But people, no matter what they're going to do, probably should talk with their doctor to see what level to work on, right?
Absolutely. especially if they're coming from a surgery or an injury, or if they haven't exercised in a long time, I do recommend speaking with your regular physician just to get clearance and also to find out if you have any limitations. And then with knowing those limitations, you can either let your group fitness instructor know or your personal trainer, and they can help you make those appropriate modifications to keep you safe.
Yeah, the other thing I've noticed here is we've talked to a number of the different instructors, and they all seem to have a really great personality. They are very friendly. From talking to participants here, it seems like they're just coming over here. There's a big social aspect. They're very motivated.
Yes, we see a large community feel within our group fitness programs. Lots of participants form friendships within class, or they start by coming to class with a friend. A lot of times participants will stay after class socializing, so it's a big part of people's day, and it has a great community feel.
Okay, well, I thank you for your time. We're going to go out and look at some of the different classes to give people sort of a visual view of what's going on, talk to some of the instructors, hopefully talk to some of the participants. They don't seem to be shy. They seem to be all excited, and it looks like you do a great job here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Get ready for a thrilling underwater adventure at the Schaumburg Park District's indoor water park, the Waterworks. With a drop slide, 2 water slides, a rapid water channel, a diving pool, and a water playground, the Waterworks is the place to be for splashing your day away. Don't worry, the Waterworks is parent-friendly too. The indoor water park has a family changing room, nursery, swim lessons, aerobics classes, a grill, and it's available for parties. The Waterworks is located inside the Community Recreation Center at 505 North Spring and Scoop Road. Call 847-490-2505 or visit www.parkfund.com today.
Okay, we're over in the Tai Chi room, and this place is amazing. We've been here a good part of the morning. Sometimes it's dark in here, sometimes it's light in here. But it's my understanding these two ladies are new at the program. What got you interested?
Trying to stay loose, enjoy your life.
Okay.
Keep moving. Move or lose it.
And they said that you talked each other into it. Why are you here?
To get balance and coordination.
Okay. Have you felt, even in the short time you've been here, that your balance has improved?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. But have you found it's fun? Have you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Okay. And how about you? Have you found anything that you've seen happen in the past few weeks that you've been?
I can bend my knees a little bit lower than I was able to before.
So already you found it?
Mm-hmm. I've found a difference. Definitely.
Oh, well, that sounds really interesting. Some of these things, and I heard you talking, it looks like it's sort of overwhelming. Is that what happens when you first come in here?
Yes. Got to keep a sense of humor.
Well, that sounds good. Okay, let me move over here to Jim. And Jim, what are you trying to accomplish with these people?
The main thing would probably be you're going to get increased leg strength. Like we always have a little bend in our knees so that we gently have our upper body weight sunk down into our legs. So we're gently increasing our leg strength. We're working our hips back and forth, our shoulders, our wrists. So we're gaining flexibility. We're breathing. So in a very gentle way, we have what we call the 60% rule. We only work out in here like at 60% of our capabilities, or we only try at 60%. So over time, at a 60% rate, we build our leg strength and we build our breathing and our flexibility, but in a gentle way.
Now, do you encourage these people to do this outside of class? Like, are there exercises that you teach here and you say, try a little bit of this at home?
Absolutely. The Tai Chi, in terms of it being overwhelming, like Hazel and Joan were talking about, it can be a little overwhelming at first, but it gets more fun. The more you learn it, the more you can kind of memorize some of the steps. It gets more fun to do. Go home, you can do it on your own. It's very relaxing. If you're not feeling so good, it can make you feel better. If you're feeling good already, it really does. You have to try it and you have to believe it, but it really will elevate your mood and just put you in a good mood and make you feel good.
We're in a special class. We use different type of materials. What's the title of this class?
It's called BOSU, Mobility and Stability for the Active Aging.
Okay, and what's the goal of this class?
It is to strengthen our muscles that, in case we were to fall, which is something that we do need to address, strengthen those muscles to help us cope with that and be able to get up if we do fall. So we work on our balance and strength.
Okay, now I notice it's a pretty quiet atmosphere in here, and at one point you even darkened the lights at the end. But you also brought in some Tai Chi, was it?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
In order to reacclimate the blood pressure, we do add a relaxing technique at the end, little Tai Chi. Yeah, and the way that it's a registration class because we can progress the class through the 6-week session, and one of the way we can challenge our participants is by dimming either their eyes or the lights. It's called a visual effect.
Now you say this is a 6-week course, and today was the first day.
Today
right?
was the first one. Yeah, they did wonderful.
They did do. They were amazing.
The other way to do the side stroke, I'm not getting anywhere in Spanish. Easy enough, right? These big circles. And my foot is going in a circle. What is the left hand doing? Oh, it's horizontal.
We're with Hetty, and she does a class on called Ageless Grace. Now that sounds like an interesting title. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It's wonderful. It was developed in conjunction with a major university over a 7-year period to become the cutting-edge brain and body fitness program. So it's based on the science of neuroplasticity, which means that
That's a big word.
It is. Try to say it fast too. Neuroplasticity means that the brain can change in form and function. So Ageless Grace is unique because anybody can do it, any physical or mental ability. And there's no specific strategic sort of movements or techniques to learn. Everything is organic and natural. You can follow my movements, or you can do what feels good to you. So there's 21 what we call tools or exercises. And what I'm doing is giving everyone a pill, which means play instead of living limited.
So you're working on mind things to keep the mind functioning,
Exactly.
but also some physical things to keep you in physical shape.
Yes, because science shows that if you're doing something physical, which is also making you think, because we will try to confuse ourselves, and we do get confused. There's some things you just can't do, but the cognitive function improves.
We're with Janet and Joe. They're members of the Ageless Grace group over at the CRC. And this seems like quite an interesting class. We talked to the teacher, and it sounds like you get very involved. What got you interested, and what do you like about it?
We really have progressed since last April as far as balance, being able to get up from the chair without having any assistance as far as pushing ourselves off the chair, and we have become more mobile.
So you have seen a definite difference.
Definitely, yeah. We really, really enjoy it, and we look forward to coming every week.
And Joe, what have you found out by coming to?
I think as you get older, one of the keys is to remain active.
Right.
So this gives us an opportunity to remain active and at our own pace.
Okay, we're with Kathy at the CRC, and she's an aerobics instructor, but from what I can tell, she's involved in quite a bit of activities. It's my understanding you do yoga and water aerobics, and what's the third one?
Tai Chi.
And Tai Chi. Holy cow. Well, let's start with yoga, because that's the class you just did, and we taped it a little earlier. What do you see as what do you want people to get out of the yoga class?
It's a senior yoga class, and it's for any age group can come. We try to work on flexibility, circulation, balance. I said we have a few people that do in the chair. Everybody can come. We make accommodations for anybody, whether you have back problems, leg problems, knee problems. So everybody can come to the class.
Okay, you mentioned there's some people do it in a chair. I don't think we saw that, but if they do it in the chair, they basically follow the same procedures, but it's more upper body?
Right. Yeah, and they can still move their legs, their arms, get a good stretch. It's really still good workout even in the chair.
Papa's looking for Mama, but Mama is nowhere in sight.
We're with Tatiana over here at the CRC, but Tatiana mainly does this class over at the Schaumburg tennis for the Park District, but she does the same class over there. And you work with Zumba Gold, right?
I sub Zumba Gold, but Tennis Plus, it's regular Zumba. I do both. Yeah.
Okay, is there a difference between regular Zumba and Zumba Gold? Zumba Gold, I know, is designed for seniors, right?
Yes, it's a little bit slower, but anybody can participate and just go on their own pace. Same as for regular Zumba. Everybody can come and just see if it's too much for them. They can bring it down, or I can show modifications.
Well, this has been quite a segment. We've seen all sorts of different programs. We've been in the water and seeing what's available if you want to go swimming and get your exercise. We've been up in the gym to see what's available if you want to just get some exercise on your own. We've watched some yoga. We watched some Tai Chi. We've watched Buzu. It's a mobility program. It's amazing some of the things that you can do here as a senior, and we strongly advise you to get involved. We hope that you enjoyed this segment. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the CRC to get more information. And don't forget, take time for fun.